So lads, Caitlin Clark needs to find a way to buy herself out of this Nike contract. She needs to find a way of doing it because it is getting ridiculous. It's getting absolutely ridiculous. And
while Michael Jordan turned Nike into a worldwide conglomerate, Caitlin Clark just performed what no other player, even in their wildest hoop dreams, would dare to do. Caitlin abruptly left them like a nasty ex with no warning and no kind farewell. And now Adidas is involved in a huge deal that is upending the sneaker community. But how did we get here? And why would Nike allow its future star to leave? Let's take a closer look. In 2024, Caitlin Clark signed a historic 8-year, $28 million contract with Nike. This was supposed to be her Michael Jordan moment. Of course, as you would expect, the typical playbook, a signature shoe, major campaigns, huge billboards, and lots of hype, but all we could hear were crickets. Weeks and months went by, and Nike still didn't give Caitlin Clark a signature shoe, repeatedly repeating the same evasive promise that said, "It's in development." At some point, Nike's delay ceased sounding like progress and began to feel disrespectful, but the company remained silent with no updates, campaign, or hype at all. For someone like Caitlin Clark, lighting up arenas and rewriting history, a signature shoe is essential. It's the difference between being a brand ambassador and being the brand. Fans began to question how the most popular female athlete in the world could not yet have her own sneaker when insider leaks began to surface. Suddenly, everything made sense, and just when you thought it could get any messier, a former Nike employee who had worked in the women's division for 15 years drops a bombshell takedown that goes viral on the internet, calling Nike's treatment of Caitlin Clark one of the biggest corporate fumbles in sports history. He notes that Nike stock has dropped nearly 60% since 2021, the executive bonuses were eliminated, and the brand's appeal is waning.
Show you two different charts here. One, your stock price since 2021. It is down nearly 60%. Your executives and the people who are making these decisions, their stock options are worthless. Meanwhile, you have the single biggest needle mover in all of American sports since Michael Jordan, and you have somehow convinced yourself that you need to slow play this.
The video then took a darker turn, with the insider hinting at something more profound as he talks about Nike's bias against its female athletes.
Let me show you Google Trends search traffic for 4 female basketball players. There is one who only rivals Caitlin Clark, and that is Angel Reese, and you do not have her. She is over at Reebok. I am so confused as to how you would be so invested in the WNBA for several years, and you have been doing great work to try to elevate and uplift that league and many of the athletes there. But this seems like you have convinced yourself that this needs to be an either-or conversation. And we never have an either-or conversation in the men's sports. You have like 10 signature athletes. Half of them don't deserve a signature shoe. And we figure out a way to market them. LeBron James showed up as the chosen one, and you have the chosen one. He got all of the marketing, and yet you still were able to figure out how to market Kobe as well.
Afterward, there is Wilson, but not Asia. The basketball company that truly receives it is Wilson Sporting Goods, while Nike was frantically composing their public relations emails. Wilson was creating legacy. Instead of releasing a single item, they created a whole signature collection.
When you strip away the noise and the bright lights, it's just the game you loved as a kid.
Chance of defense by the Spark fans. 6 on the shot clock. Clark, big 3.
Feet on the hardwood, basketball in hand, guiding you, inspiring you, working on the player you dream to be. Because the ball will always bring you back to your favorite place. Calm, focused, and confident. To the place all roads lead, the game of basketball.
Conversely, Nike, while there isn't any official word yet that Caitlin is leaving Nike, insiders are speculating that the company didn't wait around. They saw an opportunity and took action. They didn't just show up with a contract, though. They also showed up with a blueprint, a full package that included a signature shoe, a full line that was released globally, social nurses, and everything from holographic sneaker drops. Kids' interactive sneaker labs. If they're feeling spicy, TikTok's Times Square takeovers might even include a drone show. Essentially, Adidas is treating Caitlin Clark as though she is the future, while Nike is still unable to agree on a font in a group chat. This is where the issue goes beyond sneakers and contracts. as any bias in the way athletes are treated, whether it be based on race, gender, or market politics, is not just a marketing blunder. Rather, it is a systemic failure.
Bro, when it comes to this whole situation, now Nike seem like they kind of been slowing down with the Caitlin Clark department, man. They hardly talk about her. They don't tweet about her. Hell, they show more love to Asia Wilson, bro. I just gotta keep it real.
The year is 2025. Athletes serve as walking economies, role models for brands, and more than simply athletes. If you have a celebrity like Caitlin Clark breaking records, attracting attention, and literally bringing a league into the spotlight, and you still mess up the rollout, then the question is, who are you really building for? Because by now, whether it's Caitlin Angel Reese Wilson, A.A. Wilson, or any other star in the W, it should be clear that these women are the main event, and if brands can't figure that out, they will soon become irrelevant. So, yes, Adidas saw the opportunity and moved, but Nike hesitated, and in the world of sports, sometimes hesitation costs you the game. What do you think? Did Nike just give Adidas the crown? Leave a comment below with your opinions, and I promise that if you're interested in women's basketball's future, you'll want to stay tuned and click the subscribe button for everything WNBA.